All right, guys, your boys are back. I'm Ryan, my man George.
Yeah, we're shaking, guys. Hopefully you guys are doing well today.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
man. You know, Las Vegas coming back with another one.
We've been out of commission a little bit. Ryan's had a very nice, pleasant vacation in Chicago. By pleasant, I mean it was a disaster.
I was sick as a dog. No, man, I had to get back to Shot, man, and see my family, and it was super cool.
Shout out to the Shot Town.
Yeah, man, seen family I haven't seen in like 15, 16 years. So that part of it was cool. But yeah, as George just alluded to, I got sick, guys. I had a stomach bug, so it was a little rough. It was a little rough, and then nothing's worse than being on vacation and getting sick, man.
And then it snowed, man.
You just want to put it all out there, huh? Yeah, I did not have a good time at all. I'm never going back to Chicago. No, I'm just joking.
When he got back, I was just like, so how was your final trip back to Chicago? Because I could just, I was kind of talking to him throughout the process.
Yeah, man. I got snowed in. Shout out to everybody on Instagram that saw that post that I put up there. I was like, man, this is why I don't live in Chicago, man.
Yeah.
It snowed. I was snowed in. I was supposed to leave Sunday. I didn't get out till Monday night. At midnight, I got home.
The flight was canceled. It was just...
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's crazy.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
So moving along in the progressive metal tournament. Sorry, it's been taking us a little while to kind of get through this damn tournament.
It's like the middle of April now.
Yeah. And it's literally like 4 groups.
And it was supposed
I'm
to be
glad we didn't do like 8 bands.
Yeah,
This shit would have taken us half the year.
Hey,
So we're excited to take some calls from you guys
Yes, sir.
on your thoughts on Tool Ænima versus Meshuggah Rational Gaze. But we want to give our thoughts first.
Yeah.
To be honest, sir, look. I don't know if I really cared for either song, if I'm being straightforward. I'm gonna come out the gate guns blazing.
Yeah.
I didn't really care for either song. And guess what? I mean, I sat with Tool Ænima. I sat with Rational Gaze.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is, I think Meshuggah's Rational Gaze is actually a really good representation of Meshuggah. I really do. I think that it's dynamic, it's powerful. I think it really showcases the sort of lower tuned riffs that they have.
Yep.
I thought the drumming was really good in it. And it's just a tidal wave of energy, like kind of like what I said in the reaction.
Yep.
So I think it's a good representation. I'm just not necessarily into that style as much.
I get it.
Which is why I'm giving Tool the win. Because Tool just happens, by default, this happens to have a style that I prefer.
Gotcha.
That I like more. Because the vocals in Meshuggah, man, it's just, I'm going to go back to this. I cannot get into
Yeah, I got you.
those harsh, growling vocals. It's that. And then also it was, as you put it, Ryan, we like those pockets of groove. I know a few people in the comments really like that, and I like that as well. Those pockets of groove that we can get into.
Yep.
And it's not that Meshuggah doesn't offer that. They do. It's just a bit unconventional. It's progressive. And I think the thing about progressive...
It's progressive as hell.
Progressive. It is. There's certain elements in there. There's polyrhythms. We need to do a video on time signatures versus syncopation versus polyrhythms. I think be on the lookout. We might put that on Patreon.
Yeah.
Just us really digging into that and understanding what goes into that. Because people are like, the groove is there. It's just the polyrhythms are throwing you guys off. Okay, well, let's figure out what the fuck a polyrhythm is.
Yeah, exactly.
And let's dig into what that is. So maybe that's what it is. That's throwing us off and stopping us from getting into it. So just by default, I think Ænima will win for me. But I'm going to say this is my least favorite Tool song. I just think that Lateralist, it offers those prog elements, right? But it did it in a creative, sort of dynamic fashion.
Yeah.
And it offered the sort of tribal drums that we love from Tool, this atmosphere building, these tribal drums that sort of build atmosphere. But again, it's just the riffs that were chosen. The prog elements that were infused were a bit more ambitious and creative. And maybe it's because that album came out, I think, in 2001, and Ænima was in 96. So maybe they perfected or took the sort of prog style to a different level maybe in 2001. But that's what I felt with this versus Lateralist. The Pot was just an upbeat, grooved out session to me. It was just a groovy song, a lot more dynamic. And that to me grabbed me more than Ænima.
Yeah.
And then 46 and 2, which was probably closest to Ænima, just did it better.
Yeah.
It just did what they did in Ænima better.
Yeah,
I like the melody.
I agree with that.
I like the drum. I mean, this is just to me almost like a sort of an anemic version of what they normally do. It just didn't seem to have the creative juices musically that I normally that we've heard from Tool.
I got you.
I love the lyricism. I thought the lyricism was very creative. I thought the lyricism was. I love the sort of social consciousness that Maynard sort of infused in this song, and Tool always seems to do in their music.
Right.
So you got to appreciate that. So, I mean, right off the bat, that's where I'm at.
And I'm not too far off from you, man. I'm not going to be too long-winded, man, because I don't want to kind of repeat what you were saying. And as you were talking, man, I was kind of looking at the Ænima album, and it looks like 46 and 2 was on that album as well in 96. Yep. And and I really enjoyed that 46 and 2 song. Now, I'm not saying I didn't enjoy Ænima at all. There was pockets of groove there, and one thing I got to give Tool credit for is they stretch the boundaries beautifully. What I mean by that is they're so creative in how they, like George said, the Congo drum type of feeling and their instrumentation and how they transition into other things is very different and creative, but I still think it's done really, really well.
Absolutely.
You know?
I think they do, yep. And that's why it's like, it's just, you compare Tool to Tool.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Compare them to their prior work. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I think comparing this to their prior work, you know, I don't think it stacks up. It's just not, at least to me, it's just
gotcha.
In terms of I don't think it's as ambitious as some of the things that we've heard from them musically.
Yep.
One thing I do want to say though is I look at Tool and I'm like, the writing is really sort of woke, so to speak, right? they're very sort of they're very socially conscious.
Yep.
And that's something that I appreciate. I love writing. If anyone's who's familiar with this channel knows that I appreciate really good writing and creativity as well. I will say this though, I don't find myself going back to Tool's music as much as I thought that I would, right? After listening to these songs.
Yeah.
When I do go back, I'm kind of like, it doesn't grab me consistently. I don't always seem to go back to them as consistently as other bands. And maybe it's just a mood thing. Maybe their music just is a I have to be in a specific mood. Or maybe it's just because once you kind of, I'm starting to feel like once you kind of heard a Tool song, and I know this is going to sound bad, I feel like you kind of heard them all, and maybe we just need to hear more.
Based on the songs we've heard. Yeah, I was about to say that.
They created an amazing style, right?
Yeah.
It's an amazing, interesting, fascinating style with these tribal drums and all this other stuff, but it's kind of the same formula within the formula that they created.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
I got you. Yep.
It's kind of like these tribal drums, build atmosphere, and then the chorus, and they explode in the chorus. Tribal drums, build atmosphere, explode in the chorus. So I'm like, okay. I mean, it's great because it's their shit and they created it, and I happen to like it. But you know, they don't seem to keep my attention as much, and I'm still figuring out why they don't seem to keep my attention as much as other bands that I go back to often. You know what I mean? From metal. So
I got you.
You know, take that for what you will. Not, Tool's dope. We know.
Yeah.
Calm down, Tool fans. We know.
I know.
We know.
And we like them. I mean, we like them. It's not that we dislike them on this channel. We like them, dude. But just to give my pick, I think Tool won this song. Now, if I'm honest, and because you touched on this earlier in your conclusion, George, that you're glad that we had time to sit with it. I am too, because when I first listened to both songs, after the reaction, I was like, you know what? Can we just pick new songs by both of these groups? Because I really didn't love either one of them. But if I have to pick one definitive song over the other, I have to give it to Tool, because it had more elements within the song that I liked for a longer period of time. Meshuggah had elements in the song that I liked that got me into a groove, and I love the way I don't know if it's tuning, the way they tune their guitars or whatever, or their instruments, not only the guitar, but I think Meshuggah has the bones and it has the potential for me to really like this band, because everything that I like about metal, they possess that. It's just the way they put it together. It's just, I'm not a big fan of it, because they're creative, and you get a little bit of checkpoints for creativity from me, but I got to get in that groove, you know what I mean? As I said in the review, in the original reaction, I got to be in somewhat of a groove.
To catch you.
Right, and they take me in and out of it, but I think the way that their instruments sound, I'm like, you know what? That sounds really good. Just the way they're implementing it is not grabbing me. Right. That's all. So Tool for me. I'm pretty sure it's Tool for you.
And before we get into these calls, it's Tool for me. Yeah, it's Tool wins for me. But before we get into these calls, man, I'm gonna say this: if this song Ænima had gone up against Demirj from Meshuggah, I would have picked Demirj.
Yeah, that's
right,
true.
Because it caught the power and the groove. Caught us. Was it as complex as Rational Gaze? No, but it was something in the vocals, how it mirrored the groove, and then I'm not even into the vocal, that style, but the way it mirrored that groove, the bang, and then the tension that that song created, the bang, and you almost begged, you're almost begging for that groove to drop back in. I thought that was done very well for that style. So I would have picked that, just so you guys understand. So it's not just an automatic default. I'm gonna pick Tool every time. Nah, in this particular case, I gave it to Tool just kind of by default, but the Mirrors would have won. Just so you guys know against this song.
Right.
So that's where we are.
Yeah, man. So it's time to take the calls.
Proceed, but we're going to hear from you guys.
Call in, man. We're gonna open up the phone lines, man, and see what you guys got to say.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, man. What's going on? You're on the mic with Lost in Vegas. What's your name and who you calling from? Where you calling from?
Hey, what up? This is Justin. I'm calling from Queens, New York.
Oh, what's
Queens
going on,
in the
Justin?
What's going on, Justin? How you doing today, my man?
I'm doing great, man. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Good.
Yeah.
We're still trying to work on this call-in thing, man. So you like the beta testing.
Oh, all right. I'm with it.
Yeah, man. So who you got, man? You got Tool or Meshuggah?
All right. I'm going to keep it about as real as you guys keep it. I like Tool, but the first time I ever heard Meshuggah, I deadass didn't even know what to think. Those guys are crazy, so those guys are going to give it to me every single time. But yo, I have to keep it real with you about the groove, because I know you said that you couldn't really follow the groove. I also know that you said you guys been trying not to read the comments to sway your opinions about it.
Yes.
But if you did read them, everybody's telling you with Meshuggah you got to forget what you know and follow the cymbal and the drum set instead, because it's all standard time. It's just weird as hell.
Okay.
So if you follow that cymbal, you'll be able to catch the groove like you wouldn't even believe. So. And honestly, I'm telling you, that's going to work for you next time.
Honestly, man, we're going to do a video probably in it. You know, we're doing exclusivity on Patreon now, man. I don't know if you saw that, but we're probably going to do a video on polyrhythms. You know what I'm saying? Syncopation, time signatures, all these things that seem to be throwing us off. And we're going to find out, man. You know, maybe it could be on us. It could be just getting used to it. Because the thing about it is.
You just got to get used to it, you know?
Yeah, because we don't listen to Meshuggah often outside the channel, to be honest. We don't listen to a lot of these bands often. We go back to them here and there because we have so much music to get to.
Right.
We try to revisit them here and there, but it's not a consistent, listening experience. So maybe that's something that we need to look into, man. We appreciate the feedback, though. If Queens is gonna keep it real with us all day, though.
Yeah, it's New York.
Yeah.
George is from New York.
Yeah,
So y'all New Yorkers, man.
You
y'all
think
stick
the
together.
borough that gave you Illmatic is gonna lie to you?
Exactly. There we go. That's all you need to know. What was your name again? One more time, man. Justin.
Justin McKinley. Yep.
All right, Justin. We appreciate the feedback. Bro.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, man. Peace.
What's up? You on the mic with Lost in Vegas?
Hey, how you doing? This is John from Los Angeles.
Josh, you said? John, sorry about that. How you doing, John?
Yeah, I
How's
got
the
you on
weather?
speakerphone. I'm driving. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we appreciate you calling in, man. How's the weather?
It sounds like you're building like a human-sized Lego set or some shit.
I'm sorry, my map is
You got
trying to tell
the
me
GPS
something.
going on.
Driving
You got
back
the
to Los Angeles to Newport Beach and calling you guys.
You're on the line with Lost in Vegas. Hello? Can you hear me?
Hi.
Hey.
Who are we speaking to?
Oh, man. My name's Heather.
And where you calling from, Heather?
Heather, before you tell us where you're calling from, you are one of 3 female subscribers out of 700-something thousand. So we appreciate you hanging in there.
And a patron at that. So we appreciate you.
I am, yes.
I'm gonna throw this out there, Heather. Is this Heather Boyer?
This is Heather Stone.
Oh,
Heather Stone. Okay.
Shout out to Heather Boyer too, though.
Yeah. So where you calling from, Heather?
I'm new to you guys.
Oh, you're a new sub. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
We appreciate you, supporting
I'm
us.
a Patreon, though. I joined it just because of you guys.
Oh, man, that's so cool.
We appreciate that. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Kentucky.
Kentucky. All right. Okay. Well, we got a decent amount of followers in Kentucky.
So who'd you have winning, Heather? Did you have Tool, or did you have Meshuggah winning this round, and why?
Well, I had Tool, and it's mostly for nostalgia reasons. I love both bands, and I was super excited that they were both in there, but I didn't like the song choice for either one. But
join the crowd.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I thought Ænima was a really strange choice for Tool, but But I do love more Tool songs than I love Meshuggah songs, so I got to give it to Tool.
Quite frankly, I just felt like Tool, it's probably my least favorite offering from them of the songs that we've done on this channel. I don't know if you've had a chance to see all of our Tool videos at this point, but it's probably my least favorite. Okay. So, and that's what we kind of said in our conclusion. So you're pretty much on par with us, Heather.
So real quick though, Heather, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. Real quick. So you said that you love both bands. So what's your favorite Meshuggah song? What would you recommend for us to listen to?
Well, you guys have already done Bleed, and I believe you didn't like it.
Is that your favorite song from them?
Obzen is a really good one.
Often? You said often?
Obzen, Obzen. And I actually was, I'm a huge Opeth fan. They're my favorite band, so I was super excited about this being the first bracket. I know that's not what we're talking about now, but still.
Yeah, but you know what? So we kind of lost you a little bit with Meshuggah, but we redeemed ourselves.
Yeah.
ourselves with Opeth. Big time.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
All right, Heather, thank you so much for calling in, and
Heather.
we appreciate your support.
We really appreciate you.
All right.
Okay, and you have a great day. Absolutely. You take care, Heather.
All right, you too. Thanks.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Hey, you're on the mic with Lost in Vegas.
Yo, this is awesome.
Hey, what's your name, my man, and where you calling from?
Hey, my name's Joel, and I'm calling from Philadelphia.
Hey, Joel, Philly.
Man.
He's from Philly.
Philly, you know what it is. That's my home away from home, man.
Yeah,
that's one of my homes. I have family in the Mount Airy area in Philly, man. Shout out to Philly.
That's awesome. While I'm here, I might as well say, go Birds.
Say that one more
What's
time.
that?
I said, while I'm here, I might as well say, go Birds.
Go Bears.
Birds.
Oh, Birds.
The
I was about to
Eagles.
say Bears. Is it Bears? Chicago Bears?
Joel, don't hang up. Joel, I need you to not hang up in my face, but I'm a Cowboys fan, man. Cowboys.
Oh, no.
He's like, oh, no.
Yeah, let the world know I wear it proudly, baby. All right.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's beside the point, man.
All right, so who you got that won, man? You got Tool or you got Meshuggah?
For me,
It's Tool.
It has to be Meshuggah.
Oh, yes.
Meshuggah,
Finally.
man.
The last few calls that we've had has been all Tool, so thank you. So why Meshuggah? Give us your analysis.
The thing with Meshuggah, when I look at their music, and I think a lot of people who, like, the first time you hear, like, Meshuggah, you're like, what the heck is this? Like, what is going on? It's a lot to take in, and especially if you're somebody who, isn't, like, trained in music or isn't, like, from that sort of some background, it kind of, like, it throws you for a loop. The thing with, like, a song like Rational Gaze, and if you guys, like, end up checking out more of their discography over time, you start to get the gist of it through the grouping with what Thomas Hawk is doing with the drums. You probably noticed in, like, the comments when you're looking through that everybody's like, oh, everything is actually in 4/4, like, you can actually keep up with the beat. And that's kind of based on what he's doing when you kind of stick with what's going on with the if you pay attention to where it's kicked from, or to like when he's hitting his hi-hat, just like certain things you'll notice, like the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you'll be able to, like, kind of, like, bang your head to that part of it or group with that. So
okay,
that's what everybody's saying.
That's good feedback, man, because what we're probably going to do is probably just going to be, I don't know if you saw the post that we put up, but we're doing exclusive content on Patreon, and what we're thinking about doing is a video just on polyrhythms and syncopation and time signatures and all these things that seem to be throwing us for a loop when we listen to certain bands that use that in abundance.
Yeah.
So that's something that that we're, I want you guys to be on the lookout for, but we'll see. It's more of a groove thing for Ryan. It's more of a sound thing for me.
Right.
But we'll see. We'll check that out, man. We'll check out some more material from Meshuggah, and maybe over time, man, they'll grow on us, man.
Yep.
So.
And Joel, real quick, favorite Meshuggah song since you picked Meshuggah?
favorite Meshuggah song?
Yep.
Man, it's gotta be friggin', of course you put me on the spot here.
Well, what's a good one? What's a good one that we haven't done yet that you would recommend?
So now it came to me. You guys, I think you'd really enjoy New Millennium Cyanide Christ. I think that one's got a really good group to it.
That did come up.
Yeah, or Combustion.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that one, Cyanide Christ, man. I think that might have come in second place on an older poll that we did, and it didn't win out this time. But We'll keep that. We'll take that in consideration because that one I know is just always nipping at the bit for winning. So we appreciate you you calling in and of course, most importantly, your support.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Joel. We appreciate you, man.
Thanks for being so open and honest with music and being being the first one to put out the whole free thinking mindset. And just keep on doing what you're doing. You guys are doing a great job, and we all appreciate it everywhere across the world.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much, Joel. You have a good one, man.
Yes, sir.
No problem. Take care, guys.
All right, man. That's always fun, man. Thank you guys for everyone who tried to call in and didn't get us. And special thanks goes out to John, Justin, Heather, and Joel.
Yeah. John, I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. We might not use that call, man. That was rough. John, I don't know what you were building in the background. That didn't seem like just a regular what is a service issue. That seemed like you were building a damn nuclear,
it's probably his earpiece.
nuclear detonator or some shit.
It's probably his earpiece like bumping up against his clothing and whatnot.
Like it was hard. Building a shack.
It was hard, yeah. But still, special shout out to everybody, man. Thanks, John, for calling in. So
absolutely,
even if we don't include that in the video, so
we appreciate that, guys. Good feedback from the callers, right?
Yes, sir.
Good feedback.
Yes, sir.
So
always
Tool,
fun.
Yep. So Tool will be going up against Opeth, and Tool is the song for Tool will be Schism. And I think Opeth is going to be Deliverance.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about this finale to the tournament, man. So we'll see what's going on with that.
Yeah, because
I don't know
both
how you
these
guys
bands
feel
are great.
about it.
Yeah, both these bands are great, man. So.
Both bands are really great. Both have really good dedicated fan bases, as pretty much every band in this tournament.
Yeah.
So, if you guys enjoyed that, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also, guys, check out our Patreon channel. We now provide exclusive content on Patreon. So if you're interested, the link for that will be in the description. I'm George. That's Ryan, Lost in Vegas.
We out.
We out.